Hi, and welcome to our new class, Fully Equip Your Faith. I'm Jennifer Allen, I'm a graphic designer. In WFR, I work with the college group.
And I'm Harley Moore, and I also work with the college group, but I also do the live stream community and the response team in second service. In this class, we're going to be going over a practical look at what Bible literacy is, how to practically go about it, and steps you can take to further that. And through that, we're hoping that you grow your personal faith with God as well as your relationships in your community surrounding you. We're going to be going over each week on Mondays for about 10 minutes. And showing you how to do that, teaching you the steps to go along with that, and teaching you and having some homework along that as well throughout the week and questions to further think about how equipped you feel with studying the Bible and what that looks like in your everyday life as well.
So this class, we're going to be talking about why Bible literacy is beneficial to your faith. And I think there's so many points to talk about, why it's necessary.
The main one is false teachers or preachers. And I think when we think about that, we think too much about the preachers that are in the pulpit. We don't think about, Bible study teachers, Bible class Sunday mornings. We don't think about small groups, discipleship programs, and we want to make sure that you understand that your faith is your faith, not leaning on somebody else for your own beliefs or your own actions through that faith. And not only that, but in certain life situations where you move, where there's community change, where there might unfortunately possibly be a scandal, what does that mean for your faith? If the person that you are putting all of this effort and all of this stock in essentially falls short or does something that doesn't align with your beliefs, then what does that mean for your relationship with God? Does that mean that all of a sudden he's forsaken you and he's not there anymore? No, of course not. It just means that that person or that ministry or whatever that is has fallen, and you need to be grounded enough to stand firm in your belief of God to continue that and to continue following that relationship with him. And then even more so with, I know like you are pregnant and you're about to have a baby. Mothers, fathers, men, you are the spiritual leaders in that family dynamic. And knowing that fact and understanding and realizing, both mothers and fathers, that for the next generation, you are going to be setting examples. And what actions you take and the time that you spend in showing that your faith is important is what the next generation will lean on and will see as that example.
So before the next class, we are going to go over a few questions just for you to sit and kind of ponder on and kind of get, prepped for the class. So the first question is it hard to read the Bible, and why? Do you think you feel like it's hard to read the Bible? So for me personally, sometimes you just get kind of like just either lost in the day-to-day life, or you just get kind of busy and distracted with outside things, whether it be like work or personal relationships, and you just get distracted, to be completely honest. And so you can just get lost in all the noise and forget, hey, like, God's there for me, and like you can feel so much more happiness and like get rid of that stress of and anxiety of day-to-day life by turning to him and like reading his word instead of diving into like social media or peer pressure or any of that good stuff. So for me, that's a little would be my answer for that question.
The next question is, how equipped do you feel to study the Bible? And I know it's a little tricky because we just went over how hard is it to read the Bible, but there's a difference between reading the Bible every once in a while, taking scripture at face value for what it says, and then actually studying the Bible, which is luckily what we're going to be going over in this class. But studying the Bible takes into context. It takes into context original audience, who it was written by, who it was written for, and all of these things. And so how equipped do you actually feel to do that? Because I know it can be scary in the beginning. And figure out what obstacles have brought you this far or haven't brought you this far. And I'm so excited to go over this class so that we can learn that a little bit further.
So the third and final question is, when have you seen false teaching in your life? So I personally work for a large social media following, so I know firsthand that there are so many so many posts and people out there spreading false teaching. And, it just right now, there's no ramification. There's like no censorship on, you can just say whatever you want on social media. And some people will just blindly follow it without studying for themselves, or even like bothering to like Google, hey, is this fake, or is this real? And so that's just so scary to me, because there's so many people just blindly leading or blindly following people that is just false, and like judging, basing their whole life on teachings, and it's just so terrifying. So that would be my answer.
That concludes our time today for this lesson in this class. We look forward to seeing you, being a part of this community and interacting with us online through our class these next couple of weeks. We will be releasing them on Mondays again, just a reminder, but also flood the comments with your answers, not only to the questions that we just asked, but also to tell us about yourself, tell us about where you are watching from, and about your own personal journey with studying the Bible and biblical literacy as a whole, and where you see that it is beneficial in your life and in today's society as well.
Yeah, and check us out on other social media platforms. We're on Facebook at WFR Church, and be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube at WFR Church as well. And if you have any questions via email, send us an email at info@wfrchurch.org.